I have to shed clarity today on the president saying the Epstein files release has absolved him of all wrongdoing, because that's not true. So let's talk about what the president is saying, and then let's talk about the truth. So the president is saying Jeffrey Epstein and author Michael Wolff conspired against him. And so everything regarding him, if there is anything, is fake. So Michael Wolff is an author. He wrote a book called Siege about a Palm Beach, Florida real estate transaction back in 2004. This giant mansion was being foreclosed on. It was being auctioned for $55 million. And Jeffrey Epstein was interested in it. But Trump actually wound up buying it for $40 million. And Jeffrey Epstein was annoyed because Jeffrey Epstein wanted that to be his home, his new Florida home. So author Michael Wolff had interviewed Jeffrey Epstein about that transaction, which is the basis of the story for this book, Siege. And Epstein said to him, apparently, from news articles, I'm gathering this, that there's no way Trump could have raised $40 million to buy that property at that time, because Trump didn't have that kind of cash at that time. And then Michael Wolff decided to delve deeper into his theories regarding what had actually happened with that transaction. And one of the theories he proposed in his book was that Trump bought the property with backing from someone else and was fronting the transaction for the true owner, or whoever would become the true owner of the property. So it turned out, right, Trump won the auction, bought the property for $40 million, put very little money into it, and then sold it 4 or 5 years later for $96 million, so more than double what he paid, to a Russian linked to the Kremlin. So again, Michael Wolff's theory was the Russian was always going to be the owner. It's just Trump fronted the transaction, possibly to help launder money. This is Michael Wolff's theory, possibly to launder money. And the Russian wound up purchasing it from Trump for more than double what Trump paid at auction. Okay, that's a real estate transaction. And if Donald Trump made out like a bandit on it, that's great. That has nothing to do with all the other allegations in the Epstein files. Has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with hundreds of women who have made complaints and statements regarding abuse allegations about the president. It's apples and oranges. These women made these allegations over decades and states apart, all over the country. Has nothing to do with the Palm Beach real estate transaction. You can't discount the statements and complaints and affidavits from these women who all have similar recollections and similar stories about things he said, things he did. To discount what they are saying would be insanity, because it would have to be a coordinated effort over decades and between states, among states, in the whole country, just to bring the allegations against the president. Look, this is very crucial right now for our country that we don't sweep this under the rug. I think this is probably our defining moment as a nation as to how we handle this and how the public handles this. What can we do? We protest for other things. We need to protest about this. We need coordinated protests about this across the country, because this whole thing is shameful.